Which one do you think is going to win the whole thing? Now, this is a real blind. We're not doing no gimmicks, no none of that. We really want to find out what is the best of the standard whiskeys. Welcome to another episode of Whisk-Eats. So we're going to continue this blind Buffalo Trace battle. We're going to get down to the bottom of it. What is the best, easy accessible Buffalo Trace whiskey? Now, what are we talking about? Well, the easiest ones you can find is the Weller Special Reserve, the Weller 107, the Eagle Rare 10-year, the Blanton's, the E.H. Taylor Small Batch, and then, of course, we included that Bauman Brothers Small Batch, which is technically not a part of Buffalo Trace, but they use the same grains, I was told, as Buffalo Trace, and it's owned by Sazerac. So we included that one. And of course, last week it beat the Buffalo Trace standard whiskey, so it is included in on this blind. But this week, we are doing the Weller Special Reserve up against the Eagle Rare 10-year. Which of these easily accessible Buffalo Trace whiskeys are going to win? Well, let's find out. So in this glass, we already wrote WS, Weller Special Reserve. And then this one, of course, we wrote Eagle Rare. So that's what we're going to put in here. This one goes over here. Let's go ahead and do that right now. What is your favorite standard Buffalo Trace whiskey? Most people enjoy the Blanton's. A lot of people enjoy the 107. Write down in the comments and let me know what is your favorite. Which one you think is going to win the whole thing? Now, this is a real blind. We're not doing no gimmicks, no none of that. We really want to find out what is the best of the standard whiskeys. And a lot of times it depends on your palate too, right? Depends on the day. What do you enjoy the most? So not only am I going to tell you which one won, but also tell you the reason why it won. Or maybe it's just the way, the flavor notes that I'm getting for that day. All right, so let's get to it. Let's go ahead and mix them up. All right, so let's go with our right hand first. It smells really good. The nose, I'm smelling like a candy note. I want to say like some type of Jolly Rancher or something. Jolly Rancher, it's got some honey in there. And a little citrus on the nose. So let's go in for the taste. Yeah, that's good. This is really good. I think I know what this is, but I'm not going to say. I'm going to get my tasting notes from it. So the first thing I taste is a nice wave of toffee. It does have like a little orange slice in there from the rind a little bit. So it's a little bittering, but I don't mind bitter notes. Bitter notes is something that I actually enjoy. But then there's a nice huge wave of honey that slides through that toffee. And then there's this fruit note that I'm getting. I want to say like a grape or cherry. There's definitely a grape note. Very delicious. All right, we slide that one forward. Now this one here, let's go ahead and see what we get on the nose. Honestly, the first thing I get is a wave of ethanol. Oh yeah, and by the way, both of these are 90 proof whiskeys. This comes from Mash Bill 1. Eagle Rare comes from Mash Bill 1, which is the same mash bill as George T. Stagg and Stagg Jr. And then also, I believe the Oak Carters and then the standard Buffalo Trace comes from Mash Bill 1. This is the wheated mash bill. So you got, the Weller 107, this one itself. You got the single barrel, you got the full proof, you got the YN, I forget the initials. Create your own bourbon, CYNP, whatever. Create your own bourbon. And then also you have the William LaRue Weller. Comes from the Weller mash bill. So, getting back to this one here. Yeah, ethanol, a little caramel. That's all I'm getting on the nose. This one, so the winner on the nose automatically is this one. Let's see how the palate tastes in this. Okay, it is sweet. It does have like a honey note that comes through. It is some barrel char there. It's a little bit more youthful note that I'm getting from this one here. And I got my assumption of what I think this one is. Both of them are really good. Don't get me wrong. But this one has some oak notes that I usually get from like youthful oak, like that sharp note, that piney type of note. It's going back in again. Yeah, a little citrus, a little honey, a little butterscotch. It has that oak note. It is drying in the mid palate, which I like. Both of these are really good, but if I'm picking it apart, this one's a little sharper. I enjoy both of them. This one's a little sweeter. This is a little smoother, a little more approachable. You can tell this one is done a little bit better than this one, in my humble opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and go off on a limb and say that the winner is this one here. Now, what do I think it is? Well, honestly, I'm almost certain. Now, I've been wrong before, as you've seen. In fact, the two blinds that I've done on this show, I think I was wrong. I think the only blind that I was right on was the Michter's versus the Bullet 12 year. I think I got both of those right on the spot. And that's two completely different tasting notes that you get from those. So, but I will say, I believe this one is the Eagle Rare, which I thoroughly enjoy. And one of the main reasons why I want to do this blind is because I want to see how the Eagle Rare goes up against some other whiskeys. So let's find out if this is the Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare. This is the winner. Weller Special Reserve. You see that there? Yeah, this one is, don't get me wrong, both of them are delicious. But this one is a well more balanced whiskey. You could taste the beautiful notes in it. You got that toffee, a little bit of orange peel. It's got like a candy note in there, like a Jolly Rancher, a little bit of that grape Jolly Rancher note in there. It's very delicious. And so this one moves on into our next round. Now the next two we're going to battle up against each other. Let me show you who they are. I figured it's only fair that the Bauman goes up against the Blantons in our next round. All right, this one won the qualifier. This one beat the Buffalo Trace. This one everybody loves. It is a higher rye mash bill, so a lot of times it drinks well above its proof point. And to me, this one is, although it's a single barrel, this one in particular, this particular bottle, this is the second open that I've owned. It is absolutely incredible. So I'm looking forward to going up against this one because I thoroughly enjoyed this one, surprisingly so. But we're going to see which one wins the blind next week. And then, of course, the week after that, it will be the E.H. Taylor versus the Weller 107. So, like we always say, before we end the show, let's make a cocktail and see how it tastes. Weller 107. The Weller Special Reserve and the Eagle Rare mixed up together. So you got a wheated mash bill and a low rye mash bill. Mash bill number 1. Oh yeah. This combination right here, that's a jewel. So if you can find these, I highly recommend both of these whiskeys. If you can find them at MSRP. This one, generally speaking, used to be like 20, 25 bucks. I don't know what it is now, maybe 35 at the most. But on the secondary market, I've seen it charged up to $100. I would never pay that much for this. It's not worth it. Same thing with this one. If you can buy this one close to MSRP, which is 45 to 50 bucks, I will go up just a little bit higher than that. If you've never had it before, I wouldn't mind paying about 60 bucks for it. I wouldn't pay $99. It's not worth that much. You don't get a lot of powerful notes in it, but it is a very, very delicious sip. So the most I would pay for this is $60. Not me, I didn't had it before. The only thing I'm paying for is MSRP going forward. But if you've never had it before, I think it's worth that much. All right, so there you have it. Thank y'all for joining another episode of Whisk-Eats. And like we always say, please always drink responsibly. Y'all have a good day. Take care.